had been working a double shift at my new job and decided to stop by Walmart to pick up a few things for dinner. It was close to midnight, and the store was almost deserted. I figured it would be a quick in-and-out trip. Little did I know, that night would haunt me forever. As I entered, the fluorescent lights buzzed faintly, casting a sterile glow over the aisles. I grabbed a basket and headed towards the frozen food section, my mind set on grabbing a quick microwave meal. There was something unsettling about the silence, punctuated only by the occasional crackle of the intercom. Halfway through the frozen aisle, I noticed a man at the end, standing completely still. He was tall, wearing a faded gray hoodie, with the hood pulled low over his face. At first, I thought he was just another late-night shopper, but his motionless posture and the way he seemed to be staring right at me made me uneasy. I shrugged it off and continued shopping, but as I moved to the snacks aisle, I caught a glimpse of him again. This time he was closer, pretending to browse the shelves. My heart began to race. Was he following me? I decided to test it by switching to another aisle abruptly. Sure enough, moments later, he appeared at the end of that aisle too. I gripped my phone tightly, pretending to text someone, but I was actually dialing 911. Before I could hit call, the man suddenly turned the corner and walked straight towards me. I froze, the phone slipping from my hand. "Do you need help?" he asked, his voice low and calm. I forced a smile, shaking my head. "No, I'm fine. Just looking." His eyes lingered on me for a moment before he walked past. I exhaled sharply, picking up my phone and deciding to head to the front of the store. But when I turned, he was there again, standing near the self-checkout lanes, watching me. I rushed to the cashier's counter, trying to alert the employee. "That guy, he's been following me," I whispered. The cashier glanced over but didn't seem alarmed. "It's probably nothing. People act weird at night." Frustrated, I grabbed my things and headed for the exit. Just as I stepped outside, I heard hurried footsteps behind me. Before I could react, a hand clamped over my mouth, and I was dragged into the shadows of the parking lot. Luckily, a couple exiting the store saw what was happening and screamed. The man released me and took off running. The police arrived within minutes, and with the store security footage, they identified him as a wanted criminal who had been stalking women in the area. He was caught 2 days later, and I never shopped at Walmart late at night again. It was a busy Saturday afternoon, and I had stopped by Walmart to pick up a new set of headphones. The aisles were packed with people scrambling to grab items off the shelves. Amid the frenzy, I noticed a man standing near the electronics section, oddly still, watching the crowd. He wasn't holding anything, just staring. I brushed it off, assuming he was just overwhelmed by the chaos. But as I moved to the next aisle, I spotted him again, leaning against the shelves, his eyes locked on me. A chill ran down my spine. "Can I help you?" I asked, my voice firmer than I felt. He didn't respond, just smiled faintly and walked away. I tried to ignore the encounter and focus on my shopping. But every few minutes, I would catch him lurking in the corner of my eye, always watching. Feeling uneasy, I decided to cut my trip short. As I headed towards the checkout line, I noticed a little girl crying near the toys section. She was alone, looking around for her parents. "Are you okay?" I asked, kneeling beside her. "I can't find my mommy," she sobbed. Before I could offer to help, the man appeared again. "She's with me," he said, reaching for the girl's hand. The girl pulled away, shaking her head. "No, he's not my daddy." Alarm bells went off in my head. I stepped between them. "She said she doesn't know you. I think you should leave." His expression darkened, and for a moment, I thought he might lash out. But instead, he turned and disappeared into the crowd. I immediately alerted store security and stayed with the girl until her frantic mother was found. The police were called, and they reviewed the security footage. The man had been loitering in the store for hours, targeting women and children. Later that week, I learned he had been arrested, linked to several attempted kidnappings. The thought of what could have happened still gives me nightmares. Even now, I think about that little girl and how close she came to danger. Her tear-streaked face haunted my dreams for weeks. The encounter made me hyper-aware of my surroundings whenever I went out. It also reminded me of how quickly an ordinary day can spiral into something sinister. Parents, especially, should always keep a close eye on their kids, as predators often strike when you least expect it. It was late evening, and I was shopping for a last-minute birthday gift. As I scanned the shelves for something suitable, a man in a Walmart vest approached me. He was unshaven, with a crooked smile that didn't quite reach his eyes. "Looking for something special?" he asked. "Yeah, just a quick gift," I replied, trying to sound casual. "Follow me. I'll show you the best stuff," he said, motioning for me to follow. Something about him felt off, but I didn't want to be rude. I followed him a few aisles over, but instead of stopping, he kept walking, leading me towards a door marked employees only. I think I'll just look around on my own," I said, stopping in my tracks. He turned, his smile fading. "Don't be shy. The best deals are back here." Every instinct in me screamed to get out of there. "No, thanks," I said firmly, backing away. Suddenly, he lunged at me, grabbing my arm. I screamed, dropping the gift I had picked out. The commotion drew the attention of other shoppers, and the man released me, bolting through the employee door. Security and the police were called. It turned out the man wasn't an employee at all, but had stolen a vest to pose as one. He had been using the guise to lure people into isolated areas. Thanks to the security footage and quick response, he was caught trying to leave the parking lot. The experience left me shaken, but I was grateful for the people who came to my aid. For weeks after, I avoided large stores unless I was with someone. The idea that someone could so easily impersonate an employee and use it to target people was terrifying. It made me question how secure public spaces really are. The store increased their security presence after the incident, but the experience left a scar. To this day, I check for identification badges when approached by any store employee offering assistance. Hey everyone, I hope you're enjoying the content. As a college student, I work hard to create these videos, and I edit everything on my mobile phone. I'm hoping to upgrade to a laptop to improve the quality of my videos, but I don't want to ask for money directly. This Christmas, if you enjoy what I do, I'd be incredibly grateful if you could consider subscribing to the channel. It would mean the world to me. Your support helps me so much as I continue working toward my goals. Wishing you all a very Merry Christmas. May this festive season bring you joy and warmth. Thanks again for your support, and stay tuned for more.